something serious.
Serious.
All right, you guys, we talked a lot about E3. E3 is only a couple months away. So our something serious is E3 predictions.
Yes.
And once.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to start over here with Zach because you seemed... I felt... No.
Okay.
I felt the energy.
Nope. Go around.
All right, you're going to go last then.
I usually go last.
This topic
because I want to see what's called out.
Stress me out at all.
Okay, you get to start us off.
If you say PC anything, I will slap you so hard.
Last E3 was such a riveting success for some companies, such as Bethesda.
Oh, yes.
But I hear Bethesda is not going to be at E3 this year.
You were wrong. Bethesda's going to be at E3 this year.
But aren't they having their own show separately as well?
So they did last year, technically. So they didn't actually go to E3. They actually had theirs the night before E3 officially started. They had it right outside the conventions, like at a different convention center,
in that
not
theater.
there. So they kind of did their own thing last year. This year they are going to be
Okay, so
at E3.
that's where I got confused.
Yeah.
It was something's different from last year.
Correct. So yeah, last year they weren't officially there, but it was the first time they had like an E3 presence.
But they were near there, yeah.
Yeah, and so this time they're going to be at E3.
Now, they're going to be like a main stage show? Or
Yeah.
Cool. I'm excited for that. I wonder what they're going to announce.
What do you think?
To me, it's got to be, they're going to talk probably a little, I know they're going to mention a little bit more Fallout 4's future DLCs. We're going to see more about that. We're definitely going to see, they're going to try to push more Elder Scrolls Online content, I'm assuming. Because they always do that. We're going to see Dishonored 2. What?
Oh, keep going.
Dishonored 1?
No. Dishonored 2.
Dishonored 2. And then they're going to tease the next Elder Scrolls game.
Yes.
And what else are they going to come out with?
I don't remember. Oh, Doom.
Well, yeah, that'll be out by then. But that Elder Scrolls Online card game that never came out.
Scrolls.
Yeah, I think it's finally going to get a release. Like while we're watching it, I think they're going to be like, download it now. Like they did with
download
Shelter.
it now. Yeah, that'll
I
go.
think that's exactly what they're going to do.
We're gonna see EA announce Battlefield 5. We're going to see some stuff with that with the Frostbite, the Frostbite and revamped. Yep. You know, they learned so much from, because it's DICE. I don't know if it's still the Stockholm studio that's doing Battlefield 5, but I know DICE is going to be working on it, and they're, a big company now.
Yep.
But with the, I guess, moderate success of Battlefront with, as far as working the engine and getting it to work perfectly and look good, is we're going to see a Battlefield 5 that is not a Battlefield 4, which was glitchy, kind of bad. It looked great on, their PCs, their $4,000 PCs.
Yes.
Yes. not really anything else. And then that also suffered from the ports because it was last gen and current gen. So there was a problem there. So we're actually going to see the first next gen Battlefield game, which I'm excited for. I'm still playing Battlefield to this day. So we're going to see that. I think that's really, that's what I'm looking forward to. Titanfall 2, obviously. That's going to be great.
Yep.
And I'd like to see EA show more BioWare stuff. We're going to see BioWare's new IP. Absolutely.
The dude was wearing the shirt.
Shirt.
Nobody knew.
Yeah, we talked about that last week, right?
This was the shirt. Yeah. And everyone's like,
yeah, no, we're going to see that, and then we're going to see some Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yes.
James.
Okay.
Predictions.
So he already hit it with the Elder Scrolls, but I'm going to double down on the Elder Scroll thing. I absolutely think we're going to see something on that. I know it's not the popular theory right now, but I think we're going to see something Elder Scrolls ish. I also agree with Josh with the Dishonored thing. You kind of stole everything I was going to say, but that's okay. Mass Effect Andromeda. I'm excited now that video that came out, like 2 weeks ago that leaked.
Yep.
Oh man, seeing all that, all the different things that they're working on with that, I'm really excited for the Mass Effect Andromeda. And I'm going to go over to Ubisoft for a moment, and I think that we're going to get another Assassin's Creed game, which I'm excited about because I still love Assassin's Creed, and B, Wildlands. Yes. Wildlands is going to get a release date. We're going to get a lot more videos about it, and it's going to be fantastic and everything that we want it to be. And the third thing that with Ubisoft that I'm really excited for is Splinter Cell. I think Splinter Cell is now going to make a really big comeback because Blacklist came out. It was the first time Michael Ironside was not the voice of Sam Fisher, but the guy did really good.
Yeah.
And Michael Ironside himself signed off on it. He's like, no, this guy's good. I think he's doing a great job as Sam Fisher, and I support it 110%. So I think we're going to get another game with him because it was really successful. Yeah, he did a really good job.
We're going to play, and then if we do do Splinter Cell, the direction that IP would go, do you think we would play maybe Sam Fisher's protege and like he's now an instructor?
Maybe, but I think he's got at least one more good game for him because remember,
last
if
mission.
you remember his boss that died in was it Double Agent? Was it Double Agent? Splinter Cell Double? Yeah, it was Double Agent. He was like 60 years old. So I think once Sam Fisher gets to be about that age, because at this point in time, he's like 48-ish, 50-ish.
He's in his 50s
Yeah,
now.
so I mean, I still know men who still operate overseas at that age. So I think he's got another good mission out of him. And then I think, yeah, we'll see a protege if they continue the series. That's
like
my
a
predictions.
Batman Robin type deal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious because neither one of you guys, I think we're going to see a lot more VR stuff.
Okay.
I think we're going to see a lot of that.
Yep,
I
probably.
think it's going to hit really strong. There's going to be a whole new flood of VR games that are going to get announced.
Yeah.
Full new series. I think we're going to see a ton of VR from everybody. Probably see some more about Microsoft's HoloLens because obviously VR is hitting really hard right now. Microsoft has not really launched theirs or told us much about theirs since last E3.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to have E3 videos where you can put on your VR headset and like look at all the.
Oh,
the
I'm
stuff
sure.
like that.
Yeah. Some other predictions. I think we are going to see Visceral's Star Wars game.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
They've been talking about it a ton. We know it's in the
with
works.
Henning.
Amy Henning's working on it.
Teaser
Yeah.
trailer at least.
Yeah, we're gonna
Oh,
get
absolutely.
something, or they're even just gonna like put the name of it up, and then they're gonna pull like not even a teaser, just the name
Well, knowing the name is a huge step.
is a
though.
huge
Yeah,
step.
absolutely.
You can speculate so much on
Just
Star
off the
Wars
name,
names.
especially if you're a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then another thing I'm surprised nobody else has brought up is I believe Naughty Dog is gonna tease Last of Us 2.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
If I
Oh
mean,
my God.
obviously they've already said this is the last Uncharted they're working on. I'm almost positive E3 is going to happen. They're going to tease it. They're going to show us trailers. They're going to do something for Last of Us 2, almost guaranteed, because they're done. They're
What
done
about
with
Kingdom Hearts?
PlayStation's booth.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
You think this is going to be it though? Finally.
You ready?
I've never played
it.
one or two.
Yeah, I never played them, so it's not my series.
Okay,
but
so I'll double back through the ones we've gone through. Let's
do it.
EA have a crazy amount of sports games. I think they bring rugby into the fold this time. I'm
Yep.
kidding, joking.
yeah, wow.
No.
That sells in Europe. only.
Ubisoft, we're gonna get a firm release date for For Honor and probably some open beta. If I had to guess,
Viking gameplay.
Viking gameplay trailer will probably
yeah, they haven't showed
finally
that
get
yet.
released. Maybe DLC with 2 others, maybe teased. If I had to guess, because they got to throw their DLC stuff out now on the big stage. Then we're gonna go over to Ubisoft as well one more time. So their VR game, that Eagle Flight game,
Yep.
that's gonna get teased. I guarantee you, they do like a tease of it on the stage with their normal announcer. That girl that's really nice.
And then if you have a VR, you'll be able to put it on and like experience video VR.
Probably, yeah.
What are you talking about?
So a few E3s ago, or I think it's the last one, they showed For Honor. It's a samurai Viking.
Right. No,
medieval
not that.
knight.
The Eagle Flight thing.
And then right after that, they went into, hey, we're doing a VR game for PlayStation. Showed up on PlayStation's booth. You were literally, it looked like an Assassin's Creed game, like the aerial view you get when you're jumping, but you just played as like an eagle, and like you would fly through like beautiful scenic views as like a bird, and you would see like your wings flap. You could play it as
Wow.
co-op.
How did I miss
So like
that?
they had another player too that you're in there, and from my understanding, it's just movement solely with your head. But it was
Can
a really cool
you
experience.
launch missiles?
No feather missiles. No, maybe you can drop a deuce. I mean, I don't know. There's a good
You
chance.
said Eagle Flight, and I immediately thought Eagle Dynamics.
And you're just gonna maybe you can dive bomb. That'd be kind of cool if you went really high up.
You
and
could be a
just
seagull and
fell.
just shit on people on the beach.
Only on black cars that are really shiny with chrome.
Yeah,
Yes,
there you go.
those
'cause
are the
you're
ones.
picky
Those are
about
the
those.
ones.
So I picked this tree.
And then the other thing with that too, so yeah, Bethesda, they're gonna do the game, the card game. Finally, that day would be really cool because they're huge for doing same day releases of some
Yeah.
sort.
Yes,
I
they
think it'll
are.
be the mobile app game.
Absolutely.
Xbox's booth, Gears of War 4, finally getting official release date on that. What was their other title that they were really big on? The Fable. It's going to get picked up by another studio because I think there's talk of that in-house right now.
You think so?
They've already said that it's
Possible.
Really?
Yeah.
I think they might come out and like reassure people like we didn't want this to happen. We just gave it to somebody else. I think they're also going to tease heavily scale bound because that's their other
They
game.
got killed though.
No, so Platinum
Yeah,
Games is
that's what I
still
thought,
doing
too.
it, but they just got delayed again till next year.
Okay.
It's perfect for an E3 tease.
When I saw that kid, the kid in the trailer, put on the headphones and go to work, I was just like,
I like it though. 'cause
I have no interest in
Platinum
this.
Games to me is like the successor for any Devil May Cry game by Capcom.
Okay, well that's very
because
true.
so like when I see that,
yeah.
I thought it's Devil May Cry, except I'm a dragon and I get to use a dragon. That's cool.
Right, it's like the main character did remind me of a
Dante.
Absolutely.
Very much so. Very young, ruthless, cool fighting style, and then like another mechanic controlling the dragon.
You think we're going to get anything new from Santa Monica Studios? Do you think we're going to hear some
When I
God
get to
of War?
PlayStation, hold on, I'm still on Xbox.
They've already announced
sorry,
it.
sorry.
They've already announced their big title this year, man. It's the VR Zombie Taxi.
Too much. Too early. Too much. Xbox is going to do that other game too that they have in the works. What's that? You knew
Recore?
Recore. It's that almost indie-ish looking game with like
Recore looks like a really cool idea. It looks like kind of a build on obviously different like platforms,
Yeah.
but kind of like Knack with that same kind of style.
Yeah.
Where like so basically.
platformer control something else kind of deal.
If anybody hasn't seen it, there's a really cool trailer out where basically this girl and her dog go into this fight. These monsters basically start attacking them. At the end of the fight, the dog has died, has fall apart, but he has this core, this blue orb, and she basically picks up the orb and puts it into a golem, and now the golem comes to life as her dog. So it's obviously the spirit of this creature is in there. Probably going to be a mixture of like RPG puzzles.
Yep.
Obviously, you're going to have to use the orb. You're going to put it in different things to get through different levels, different stuff like
An
that.
RPG adventure game.
Exactly.
That'd be
I think it'll have more of an indie-based pay type to it because I think Microsoft's going to keep an indie game in studio. They're going to keep turning over like they did Oni, and Oni was really good and they liked that. But now I think this Recore is going to take place of what they're going to keep trying to push every E3 as like a new indie-based game that kind of gets its budget pushed up a little bit because Oni did
it's
really
like
well.
a double A game.
There you go.
Yeah.
If at best. PlayStation, though, they're going to own it this year because they got the VR title. So I think it's going to be split in two segments, run the hour that it usually does. You're going to get The Last of Us 2, God of War, I want to give a name out there. God of War, Valkyrie something.
Think so?
I think so.
You think they're really going to go with the Norse thing?
I totally do.
I'm iffy on that.
I totally do. I totally see it.
I don't want to see.
No,
The
I don't
Last
either.
Guardian
I
gets
don't either.
released this year. Might be VR capable or co-op VR. I think it'll be controller and VR with like the actual Guardian will be the VR headset, while you as the character will actually play on the controller. I think
be
that'll
pretty
be cool.
cool.
I can see that happening. I think that's why they waited so long because they want a big, pretty title with a VR connection to it. Riggs is going to get announced for a launch title. I think it was already announced early.
It's been talked about.
I
It
think it's officially coming out.
I think it's officially a
because
launch
they didn't know if it was going to be a launch or if it was going to be a few months of holiday season. I think it's
maybe they
making
might
it.
open up more Amazon bundles.
You had me at Robot.
I don't think so. Well, after or maybe even right afterwards at E3, maybe they announce, "Hey, guess what? Pre-orders are back open."
That'd be so good. That's why I'm saving my money for some VR.
I'm hoping.
I don't want to get the Samsung VR. It's either I want to do the PlayStation VR, but I also want to get PC VR, and I don't know where I want to put
Just
my
do
money
console.
first.
Do console.
And see, that's where I'm going to go is because you guys are going to have it. It's going to be a lot of
Exactly.
fun.
We're gonna play each other. Yeah.
So
Killstrain's gonna get a release date since we were just talking about that. That's gonna be this year. Shit, what was another title I was thinking of? Not the
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot's gonna come out. It's gonna be a VR game.
No,
No, we're gonna get a Crash, and I agree. It's gonna be a VR game. It's
I'm
just
okay
gonna
with
run,
it.
jump. You're gonna be it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be gimmicky for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want the memory of Crash to be ruined.
Naughty Dog as a studio is one of PlayStation's heavy hitters. So you know for a fact if Sony Santa Monica is doing a VR game, Naughty Dog has to have one in the basket. And if it is any of their titles they
I
can
can't
bring
deny
back
that
and do,
logic.
Bandicoot makes sense.
Yeah, I can't deny
Bandicoot
that
does not
logic,
make
yeah.
sense anymore to bring back as like a straight down the rail platformer, jump left, right.
But you
in
throw-
VR it does.
You throw the VR on your controller. You move with the controller, obviously, but you look around with the VR. I think it gives it a whole new feel.
Now we talking. You think it's going to be first person from his perspective doing it, jumping? Okay.
I don't think so. I think
Maybe.
it'll be third, and then you're the first person's Tiki mask.
Well, if you're in third person though, looking around with the VR, that would be.
I think
very
Crash
hard.
will be the third person, but your Tiki mask is your first person.
okay, I
think
got you.
Tiki-
I got you.
Project Aces is definitely going to be there on the PlayStation stage, showing off the new Ace Combat, which I'm really excited
Yeah,
for.
and that one's I completely. That's such a good call. So there's that Gran Turismo Sport.
Oh, yeah.
There's the VR one that's coming out this. I guarantee you that either comes out this year or quarter one next
You
year.
think we're going to hear
PlayStation 4 wheel.
about the next
God.
big Gran Turismo game?
Not numbered, but the
That's what
off
I mean.
VR.
What's the next one? Six? Six will be the next one?
No, 6 is already out
Or
on
seven.
PS3.
Seven. Yeah, that's right.
But they did Gran Turismo Sport, which
Okay.
is Gran Turismo in its fullest, but you're just a VR headset from the cockpit. And then Ace Combat was announced like right after that, and that's cockpit view as well.
Yeah.
And they're straying.
That's impressive.
They're going to stray away from what happened in Allied Assault, from
Thank
what I
God.
hear.
Yeah.
And they're going to go back to more like the original arcade.
Like
much
Liberty,
Skies of Liberty.
Skies of Liberty.
Have you guys ever played Afterburner in the arcade? Just a little quick little tiny little
Yes,
segue.
absolutely,
Thank you.
bro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My favorite thing about this E3 is I think this E3 is going to be the first true next gen E3. Like you were
Absolutely.
talking about,
Yes.
like a lot of the games that came out last year
We're still
were-
hugging onto their PS3
Yes,
and Xbox 360.
absolutely.
They were
rumors.
afraid.
Hindered.
Yeah, they were afraid to basically say this game is just going to be next
All
gen.
these companies
Now it's
have
just
cut
next
off
gen.
that weight of the last generation. They're all moving forward together. It's going to be an amazing E3. We're going to see a lot of really amazing new stuff, new IPs. This is going to take this E3 is definitely going to be the doorstep to the future of gaming.
So this really is your guys' time out there. This is the time to upgrade, you guys. E3's around the corner. This is the time where it's really time to upgrade. If you haven't yet, like look into it. Go invest in a PS4, an Xbox One of the next gen consoles. It's gonna be worth it. I know there's a lot of worry. They're not super cheap yet. They're not super expensive, but they're really not super cheap. We'll be honest.
It's worth it. You get every dollar
Yeah,
back.
it really is.
You're going to get your value of it. There's a lot of people who are still iffy about going online. Trust me, you guys, go online. $50 a year or $60 a year, depending on what console you have,
Is worth it.
is so worth it. If you break that down, that's like $5 a month.
Plus the 2 free games that you get from either or.
Yeah.
every month.
every month.
It's worth it, you
6 a
guys.
month.
Go upgrade. This is going to be the year. If you don't upgrade, you're going to get left behind. Go get yourself a new console. Let us know, you guys. Leave a comment below. Let us know what console you're going to get if you're going to get a new one. Also, let us know what your predictions are because I'm excited to see what you guys think is going to be coming to E3.